Day 24, 40 days in the wilderness. Ben with SuperPumped podcast. My heart is still racing right now. I am out in the Serengeti on trekking safari, and we are tracking wildlife out here in the wild with no vehicle, no nothing, just us and nature. This is going to go down as the day I soiled myself. Let's take a look at my pants here. We went on evening trek. So the way trekking safari works, you do your long trek between camps in the morning. You pack up camp and you trek anywhere from 5 to 7 or 8 hours to your next camp. Then you eat a late lunch and take a little break. And then from there, you go out on a little evening, what I would call maybe a 2-hour walk. We went tonight up into these hills, and then there's a plateau. And so we kind of rode that plateau out that direction. So anyway, we came across a big hole. I wish there was one around here. We'd been passing these big holes, probably, I don't know, this big entry points. Our guides had explained how these holes were shared by 4 different animals, the aardvark and the porcupine, if it was unoccupied. But the 2 main occupants were the warthog in the night and the hyena in the day. As we're going out in the evening, I'm thinking about that. And we'd passed probably 6 of those earlier in the day. At one point, as we passed one, it was on my left, I hesitated, and the guy in the back took the butt of the rifle and he shoved me along. And I was annoyed. I thought, well, it's midday. Why are you doing that? Nothing's going to be coming in or out, because there's like shift change in the evening and in the morning between the warthogs and the hyenas. And then just beyond that, we saw a hyena. These are some big, nasty animals. Our guides were telling us how they ate other animals alive. That had an impression on me. Then we saw one just, I don't know, maybe here to that tree ahead of us. It wasn't that far ahead, and you just get that sense of just how powerful these animals are. We're up there in this hole, and my guide is walking toward the hole, like above the hole, almost looking down from the top. And there's a ramp out of this thing, and then we're kind of at an angle away from it. So I'm in the second spot, basically right next to the ramp out. I'm doing this calculation. I'm thinking, okay, it's almost dark, as you can see. Take a look at the sunset. And so it should be about time for shift change between the hyena who's been in there all day and the warthog who's going to go in at night. Literally, I'm standing there thinking this, so it's probably a hyena in there. And I'm getting a little nervous. And all of a sudden, our guide, I don't know what he did with his rifle, but he put his rifle over the top of the hole. And all of a sudden, this just ear-piercing squeal lets out. I swear I thought I was going to die. I literally heard the squeal, and I saw something brown start up that ramp within, like, here's them, here's me. We're within 2 feet of each other. And I turned and I jumped. And I know the impala are known for jumping, like, I guess they can jump 11 meters high. I swear I must have jumped that high, back from the hole, just as far as I could, right onto my back. I was terrified. I was thinking, I hope he shoots the hyena. The guides just started rolling laughing. And 5 warthogs came out of that hole, and they bolted out and turned to the left and shot out through that plateau. Meanwhile, I was just laying on my back. My heart was literally bouncing out of my chest. I thought hyenas were going to come out of that hole and rip us limb for limb, eat us live. I have never, in all my trekking safaris, including this one, been that close to a wild animal, within 2 feet of the warthogs. But thank goodness it was a warthog, and it's going to take a little time for me to regroup tonight. That was the closest I have ever been to a wild animal, and the closest in my mind I ever was to death out here on trekking safari. This is going to go down as the day I soiled my pants. So I am going to head over here to this shower, which they've got hanging from the tree, and I am going to get myself cleaned up. Thanks for joining me today, and hopefully tomorrow I have a safer and less exciting day. If you've ever dreamed of pressing pause and rediscovering what makes your heart sing, I invite you to follow along on our YouTube channel or on SuperPumped Life on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I'll be posting every day, not only a podcast, but updates, stories, bonus coverage, and reflections through this super pumped adventure. If you're one of our awesome audio-only listeners, I would encourage you to go over to YouTube to see the incredible video footage of all that is going on in this 40-day super pumped adventure in the wilderness. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow.